Well, we start off this episode just checking out how our D&D monkeys are doing. They all seem to have settled in very, very well. Starting to forage themselves, as you can see, and look around. Fiona seems to love these little guys quite a lot, and she's also around everywhere looking after them. So this is quite great. Yeah, you see Maria climbing and playing up in the trees and everything, looking around. You can see on their expressions that they're very, very calm, no stress at all, which is very great. There we've got, I don't know who's next to her actually foraging, and this will also teach her how to get little leaves and different things like this to eat. So quite nice to see this happening. There you see one of the little boxes that we use as a sleeping area in the tree if it does get very cold at night. As you all should know by now from watching, grooming forms a very, very important role in the vervet monkey's life. It's a very social thing. It also helps the little one learn the different hierarchy. And normally after one's been groomed, they're very protective of the one that's grooming them. Normally the higher ranking ones are groomed the most, and the lower ranking ones groomed the least. Just look how relaxed these little guys are. I mean, basically just falling asleep in the middle of nowhere. They know they've looked after, they know their moms are close, they're happy. It's like really so nice when you just see them coming from what they were and basically bonding like this, and they become totally part of the troop without a worry that they can just rest and be together out in the middle of nowhere.
Issa Maria climbed up the electric fence, got out. Staff members, Mark managed to grab a tail from inside the intra-cage, and Laura came as a hero to the rescue as well, going in between cages, you know, with monkeys in that can be quite aggressive, to say the least. So, yeah, they did a fantastic job, and Issa Maria is now back in and getting hugs from Cheyenne. The electric fence is back on, and she's had a big drink of water and ready to go out again. So yeah, excellent team effort by all this morning. So Fiona just came in to give Issa Maria a hug as well after all the drama this morning. It is something the babies do learn about, is the electric fence. Usually the mums are very good at keeping them away, but with the 3 babies, they are all getting taken good care of, but Issa Maria tends to kind of follow on behind, and she's less confident than Akoya in the troop. And this is why we have people observing around the feeding cages for at least 3 whole days, day and night, in case anything like this happens, so that we can be prepared. And Mayuri, one of our South African temporary volunteers, has she spotted Issa Maria up there. She must have been very silent going up the fence, and then of course everybody came to the rescue. Mark grabbing tails and helping with ladders. Laura being very brave, and finally rescuing Issa Maria to safety. So yeah, lots of teamwork involved there, but we do our very best for these guys, even with a few people. Still, the team persistently work together to ensure the safety of them. Been very lucky to have such an amazing team. Issa Maria didn't want to go back out. She had a bit of a adventure. And I think she's quite nervous. She's calmed down, she's drank some water, she's had a little bit of milk, and Cheyenne gave her a hug. Cheyenne's gone to check on the other babies, and there's other mums that also take care of them. Fiona also came and gave her a hug, Chica gave her a hug, and yeah, she's just having some quiet time before she ventures out with the others now. Can't blame her.
Fiona's a perfect example of a monkey overcoming their disabilities, not letting it hold them back at all. She's still enjoying her life, having a good time. There are a few little things that she can't do, like grab onto a little baby or something, but most babies will grab onto her. She still manages to groom and enjoy herself and behave as much as a monkey as she can.
So here's Issa Maria. Cheyenne's just carried Helia off. And there's Fiona Greenwing Turk from last year. There's Tammy on the left, and then Fiona and Cheyenne holding Helia. Johan walking past. Johan's mum there on the left is Johan. His mum was killed by a car. He arrived about 3 months old and he was very traumatised. He was crying for more than a week. These babies are much more confident than they were in the first couple of days. Here's Floki in sick bay. You can see he's got himself quite dirty with the way he drinks his juice and sits in things. It is difficult to give him a bath right now because of his legs, so we might have to just give him a little bit of a wipe down. He's just finished some almonds and he's got his coconut yogurt there. His leg still does seem quite weak, so we are concerned about putting him back anytime soon. So you can see he's got a taller cage, but what you can see is we've got little crates for him to sit on so he doesn't have to climb up too far. But he does make a mess when he eats his food. Loves his yogurt as well. Some soaked almonds. And thanks everybody who supported him on his journey. You can see he's got a little teddy in the corner. And then he's got these platforms that we've been made for him. So just checking around this mango enclosure. There's Mango, he's a beautiful boy now, so big, and there's Satchmo who went in last year, and then Z on the left on the shelter. There's Mango, Satchmo on the right, and Z on the left. This is where Nino's going to go after his rehabilitation and when his ringworm clears up, so he's got a lovely enclosure with the rest of them. You may remember Jinx in previous videos. We followed his integration. There he was in HMB enclosure. Doing very well. That's the Holton Barrington troop. You may remember that we decided to continue his integration throughout the lockdown because we thought it would be beneficial for him to get out. We didn't want to stop his integration, but then he decided he'd take months before he would go out. But here he is. So he's another big achievement for what happened in 2020 at the sanctuary. With our dedicated team of staff. There is Priscilla walking behind, and he's really settled in. He's got all this lovely grass because we had lots of rain to eat as well. So big thanks to our integration team who made that possible last year. Despite the odds, here he is, still going well, still going strong. And enjoying all of the lovely grass. Here's another sickbay character that's in currently called Quinn. He's been losing weight over time. He's an ex-pet and he went to the vets because we were concerned that he's lost quite a lot of weight, even though he's been dewormed and eating. He's been vomiting now and again, so he's been to the vets so they could do some x-rays and sedate him to take a closer look internally, and they did find that he has hepatomegaly, which is like an enlarged liver. He's pacing for his food at the moment because food is on its way. So he had to be in this small cage to have some injections to support his liver. And she's going to see what she can do, but it is complex. He also has a dilated intestine. He's not absorbing or digesting his food very well. So we're also going to give him some juice. So the enlarged liver, the vet suspects, comes from poor nutrition when he was younger, because he has only been with us a short time as an adult. So we're giving him some extra foods this morning. He's got a bit of porridge with some plant protein powder in. He's got some coconut yogurt and some greens, some lettuce, and then we soak his nuts and seeds to make them more digestible for him. And you can see that he is eating well this morning, which is good. And we really hope that, you know, he does get better. But like we say, it is complex. And he's also having some digestive enzymes, probiotics, B-complex vitamins, and a liver support system, and things to help him with nausea as well. So yeah, just another one of our patients that's being well cared for by the sickbay team. So Smith has just been trapped. Godfrey spotted him, the injury in his side, just completely still. You can see he isn't eating now, so he is starting to eat, but we're worried because you can hear the noise when he breathes in his chest. And then Mark got him in the intra-cage, and we've just trapped him now in the crush cage, and Hadrian's going to take him straight through to the vets so we can find out what's going on and how serious the injury is. Okay, Smith. This is Smith, who we trapped, and he went to the vets. He had the vet said he had a very severe injury, and deep into his thorax. So he had major surgery. It was quite a long procedure. So he has some tears as well on his rear end, and she also had to remove some air from his thorax too. So quite a serious injury. We're just checking up now to see if he'll take his antibiotic. We have to try a variety of things because last night it took a long time before he would eat anything. But he did eat a few things, and he did have his antibiotic and his pain relief he had this morning as well. So we're keeping a very close eye on him. We've got people monitoring him and checking that he takes his meds and everything. So we really hope that he'll be okay. And we've got one of our local staff, Godfrey, to thank for spotting him in the troop. Okay, so let's see what he eats now. He didn't want a grape. It's going to be a bit of a problem with the antibiotic. We use a paediatric suspension so that it's sweeter as well, but he just threw one on the ground. So we have got some gluten-free bread there for him to try. Yesterday we tried bananas, but proving quite difficult to get it to him. And we don't really want to have to crush him and give him an injection, because obviously it creates more trauma to the body that's already had major surgery. So yes, it's a difficult one, but we are doing our best, and we're going to keep persevering to see what he takes. He's got stitches on his other side of his body too. Let's see, so we tried it on some mango, and he's smelling it and just chucking it away, and it's such a tiny amount that we mixed in. So the problem is he can smell it no matter what we're putting it on. You can see the extent of his wound here. Very deep injury that's been now stitched up. Okay, so you can see it, most of that dose on banana, so we'll give him a couple more bananas to add on to the rest of the dose. It is a very small amount. Okay, good. And you finished that last piece too. Okay, so go back to basics and try banana today again. So mango and banana have been successful so far, but not the second piece of the mango. Aha. Or maybe he eats the second piece now. So you can see it's probably going to take us kind of around an hour just to get him one antibiotic. And he needs it twice a day.
Sorry, Josie, I'm trying to be as quiet as possible.
So he's eaten all of that too. One piece of mango, so he needs another couple of items and then he'll be done. Down at the James troop, it's Teo's big day today. as he's going to go out with his foster mum. There's Lychee. He's been doing really well with her over this past week, and he's now ready to go out into the troop. So we're just checking everything is safe and okay for him. He really did bond with the monkeys very quickly, which is great because he'd been in human hands for a while, so sometimes it can take longer, but he just did so well with his mummy. Always exploring. So you can hear the alarm calls. It's for one of the dogs. And Teo's quite curious as to what's going on. It's good that they do respond and become alert to alarm calls, because obviously this can mean predators. But the dog isn't too much in sight, so he's just taking a look to see where he is right now. It's rocky. And as he comes closer, he actually makes an alarm call as well, which is good. So we're at about an hour before we release him into the James troop. Here's Gimli. Here's Juno. Hopefully all going to welcome a new member to the troop, Teo. There's Luna. Nigel in the background. Teo arrived a couple of weeks ago. His mum was shot, and today is his day to go into the James troop. He was kept in human hands for about 2 months, and then brought to us. Everybody's waiting for Teo by the door, but he's not looking like he's going out just yet. He's too busy playing, and so Lychee's gone out. Going.
Maybe.
Not. Gabe. Gabe's gone out. Emblem is by the door. She's just been grooming Teo. So maybe he'll go out with her. If Neville doesn't hog the door.
Yeah, Jason.
Ready?
He's not paying any attention to her. Oh, he sees Lychee up there.
Emblem's gone. There's a Roja by the gate. Male.
Come on, boy.
So Lychee's just walking up to the fence. And Neville appears.
Yeah.
But Lychee is there outside. Hopefully waiting for him. Luna's in. And Emblem's back.
Jumping on everything. Yeah, he's gonna have a great time.
Lots of wrestling going on there. Kimberly and Gabe. Some playtime with Luna.
So what?
So Luna's currently redesigning Teo's hair.
She's coming closer.
Okay, sweet.
Foster Mummy Lychee has appeared.
Oh.
But Neville the hog, door hog. Eliza.
You take too long.
Typical groomy stance.
Lychee.
There's Eliza. Gimli and Luna by the gate.
Grim party.
Luna sneaked in. These monkeys can be cheeky and fast. And then we've got Neville back by the door.
Gimli. Thinks he's a little king.
These babies do want to take their time this season. Some of the wild troop nearby, so monkeys have left. There's Juno there. Hopefully it means Neville's also left though, because we can't see him. There's Eliza. Brianni?
Well, she's just gonna...
Eliza. So foster mum Lychee came to the rescue for Teo. It was quite something. Eliza's giving a bit of mixed signals and redirecting aggression towards Teo, which Lychee wasn't very happy about, so she came in. And now straight to Mummy Lychee and telling her all about it.
It's okay, you're
All about it. What a mean monkey Eliza was then, eh? And a big hug from Aisha too. Everybody's happy and back to normal. Making up very quickly. We got the same going on in the troop. Everybody grooming and fine.
Here again is an example of the "you better groom me" stance.
Aisha giving Lychee a good groom. All those small vocalizations, looks like everybody's back to being friends again. Ooh. Teo was just about out, but now back in with Lychee. Lychee's out, but still no Teo. And Luna is out and in. Foster mum Lychee's back. Trying to see if Teo will go out. Otherwise, if we have too many monkeys in, he spends a lot of time playing with them. So we're seeing if he'll go out there. Luna. They're very fast. Foster mum Lychee's back. Lychee hasn't forgotten about Eliza. Instead of carrying Teo out the door, Leechy carried him up to the branch to give him another groom. So it's been, I think, nearly, more than an hour now, about an hour and a half. Still trying to get him out the door. But he's having a lot of fun in the intricage, getting lots of cuddles and grooms. So Aisha?
Okay.
Go, everybody. Just go.
You should stay out.
Teo's out with Leechy. And gives Juno a big hug with Aisha. Finally. How long is that? I think we kind of started about 11.
Yeah, it's been almost an hour and a half.
So an hour and a half Teo took to actually go out inside the troop. Not because he was scared, just because he was enjoying himself too much with the other monkeys. So Eliza and Aisha have just given Teo a groom. So Mum Leechy's nearby. Gimli and Luna. And he's sat next to female Briani. Gimli and Gabe. Teo with Juno. Here's Teo doing really well in the trees, sat near an adult male aroha too. He's been playing with the juveniles, also with his foster mum Lychee, and he's absolutely loving life, getting lots of grooms and hugs, but now he's just foraging in the trees and yeah, just living life to the full. He's absolutely loving it out here. Teo seems to be getting along great with Vervet. It's his second day. Just starting to get dark on Teo's second night out, so he's just having a nice groom by Lychee, his mum, foster mum, and they've been quite up high in the trees, and it'll be bedtime soon. Another successful day for him. We didn't get it on camera, but he did actually jump on Baramir's back and hitch a ride for a while, one of the adult males, which was quite funny. So he's very, very confident. Him doing so well means we also don't need as many people on observing him. So that's good news for us.
I hope you enjoyed this special edition of Teo's integration. It was really nice to watch and his interaction.
So this is Teo's enclosure on the left, and it's just starting to get dark, and this is where he'll be spending his second night out in the trees with probably foster mum Lychee, but he has also been hanging around with female Juno quite a lot as well. It's all dark, we can't see Teo anymore, but we last saw him with his foster mum Lychee, so he's in there somewhere after the end of another successful second day of integrations at Teo.
To all our subscribers out there, our supporters, those donating through PayPal, thank you very much. We really do appreciate it. It's what's helping us keep going at the moment. Your encouragement with your remarks helps all of those that are working here. Thank you, keep it up, and we'll see you next week.